Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about unit number 8, putting the mind to work. So as you know, we work and we discuss about some professions that require more creativity. In this section we need to write the sentence by making the reduced clauses into full clauses, so it will be an opposite it will be an opposite process. Now, as you can see here, we have a person who has a great cooking and business skills would make a good restaurant owner. So basically, we have three types of reductions. Number one is when you have the verb to be and then you have the relative pronoun and verb to be in front. You omit it, you read it off, and then you leave the sentence like it is. The second is when you have a relative pronoun who or that in this case, but also remember that we can use it the same for non-defining clauses. So we read off the who and the verb, and we change it to gerund form. And the third one, when you have the who, that, relative pronouns plus have, we swap it to with. Or in case if something is negative, we use without. Now it's turn to pause. We're gonna pause the video, and then we're gonna reveal the answers. So let's gonna analyze them. All right, we will start with number one. It says a person with great cooking and business skills would make a good restaurant owner. In this case, we have with. As I mentioned it before, with is substituting the relative pronoun. Well, it's who because it's a person, but is substituting have. So we have a person who has a great cooking and business skills would make a good restaurant owner. Number two, those able to think creatively are the best team leaders. So those. Now we will find out for those if it's a who or that. Yeah. So those who or that are able, okay, those who or that are able to think creatively are the best team leaders. So the same, we're working with who and that. Number three, a person opening a new business should try unusual marketing methods. A person opening, in this case, this is the type where we have a verb. This is a past participle. That's opening. So a person then would be a person who that is opening a new business should try unusual marketing. Okay, so a person who is opening a new business should try unusual marketing methods. Okay, then the number four, people with musical skills should share their talent with others. People with musical, the same as with. Remember the with substitutes have. And then we have people who or that have musical skills should share their talent with others. Look, this is who or that. It's not like these two together. No, it's who or that. Then the number five, we have people hoping to succeed in the arts should be prepared to financial challenges. Okay, then we have people who that are hoping to success in the arts should be prepared for financial challenges. So people who that hope to succeed in the arts should be prepared for financial challenges. And that's it. Part A, the first exercise. Now let's gonna check the number two. It says reduce the relative clause, then complete the sentence with your own ideas. In this case, I want you to post your own examples, reducing, as it says, the relative clause, then complete the sentence with your own ideas. Okay, let's gonna check them together. A person who is living on a tight budget. A person living in a tight budget shouldn't eat out. So this is like the reason. Let's gonna go to the next one. Anyone who is, in this case we have to read off the who is, we have to eliminate it, we have to substitute it. Yeah. And then we just left anyone interested in becoming a doctor, then you will complete your phrase. Then the next one, someone who is considering, then so we're gonna take away this who is considering. People who are, then people who are. A supervisor who has, remember the has, we have to use with. A person who is, we remove who is. People who are, dance. Okay, so I want you to complete this sentence with your own idea. Okay, now you may pause the video in this section. Okay, you may pause it to fill it in this activity here in the comment. And now we have to go to vocabulary. Remember, we look to adjectives conversions, no? The adjective to the noun or noun to the adjective. In this case, well, there's no particular rule for making them, so we have to pay attention to the forms that they correspond to the noun forms and the adjective forms. So there are some suffixes that they are similar for certain adjectives or nouns. So let's gonna check them out. Just to review, you can look at them on your dictionary or search them on Google or anywhere that you liked. Now let's gonna start. Curious turns to curiosity. But first, what is a noun and what is an adjective? Okay, nouns are the description of, well, sorry. The nouns are the names of things, people, objects. Now, for example, this key, it's a noun. This number, the name of the number, it's a noun. And what describes a noun is the adjective. So curious turns to curiosity. Then decisive turns to decisiveness. Decisiveness, it's the noun. Basically, you could find some nouns that ends with this, decisiveness. Decisive is the person. For example, Batman is very decisive, no, the character. Determined. Determined, sorry. Determined. Determined. Determined is the sound. Remember the ed sounds, they need to be produced like depending of the last letter that is next to the ed, right? So because it's an it's not voiceless, it's voiced. It's a voice word. It's nasal and there's vibration, so you must pronounce it like a d. So this determined, and then disciplined. Okay, determined. That turns to determination. Then the other one is turns to discipline, turns to discipline. So you see softer, there's just discipline. Then innovative is the adjective, turns to innovation. Knowledgeable, which already discussed that it's an expert. Knowledgeable turns to knowledge. Motivated turns to motivation. Original turns to originality. Passionate turns to passion. Patience turns to patience. So, sorry, patient to patience. Then we have perceptive. Perceptiveness. The E, this one is mute, so you said perceptiveness. Perceptiveness. So if you can see, it's similar to decisiveness and perceptiveness, right? Now the number 12 and last one, resourceful. You can repeat after me. Resourceful. Resourcefulness. That's the noun. As you can see, there are some that are practically the same. They are quite similar. Now, there's another exercise. Write sentences about these people using adjectives and nouns from above. So we have another activity. You have to post here with your own information. You're going to create some sentences. You should post them right here. So business executive says, a knowledgeable person who has innovative ideas might make a good business executive. Okay, then who is a web designer? So a web designer, a person who whatever, no? Journalist, then you can use the relative pronouns, as you can see, because we are describing people's career. Okay, you can use the relative pronouns, the relative pronouns to make these definitions about the different people's careers. Okay, now you may pause the video in order to answer this exercise. And also we have the next one. You have to complete and says, what qualities are needed to do these jobs? Use reduced relative clauses in your answers. As you can see, a person considering becoming a singer needs to be very talented, needs to be, or you can maybe make it from scratch the sentence. A person considering becoming a singer needs to have a very good voice. Landscaper, a person considering becoming a landscaper. Well, you can complete it using the phrases that we were already worked. Gerunds. Architect, a person who wants to become an architect needs blah blah blah, right? So we're gonna use reducing. Okay, so a person who wants to become an architect, that will be the full form. So a person who wants to become an architect would be a person wanting to become an architect. Okay, I'm just gonna show you this section, the phrases that we can use or are useful for this activity. Okay, just to look to the expressions that could be helpful for you. So someone who hopes, like instead, here instead says someone who hopes, you can say someone hoping, anyone who wants, anyone wanting, a person working. Well, this is a mission, there's dreaming. Okay, you can use these expressions. They could be useful expressions for you completing this task. Okay, now let's gonna get back to our workbook activity. All right, so now that you look to the phrases order, you will complete this task by adding some definitions of these professions, these careers. And the last exercise, this one is read Erica's story. Choose the word or word you would use to describe her. We have curious, determined, original, and resourceful. Okay, so meanwhile, you can pause the video, this section, and if you want to practice this skill, well, you should read the story. You may pause it right now. Alright, so now that you pause the video in this section, let's gonna see the answers according what is read Erica's story. Choose the word or words you would use to describe her. Let's gonna see. So we have that she's determined, original, and resourceful according to the reading. And below we have another exercise that read the story again, write P where you think each new paragraph should begin. Okay, and write a three paragraph composition about the problem you actually had or imagined you might have. How do you or would you solve the problem? Okay, so you want to complete this task, you can post it, but only with the first ones it's okay. So this one, it's like optional, so you want to do it and you want me to check it, I can just post it right here. Okay, we have here so possible answers. Second paragraph says that starts my fiance and I were. My fiance, it's like well, girlfriend when you are like engaged. Then the third paragraph starts at first design and sent blah blah blah. Fourth paragraph starts the clothes wear blah blah blah. Fifth paragraph starts at in the end the wedding was, and that's it. All right, guys. So I will expect your answers here in the post, in the comments. Remember, follow up the instructions, and that will be pretty much it for today. Hope that you have a wonderful day, and see you soon. Bye bye.